Guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and can we have a chat? Can we have a chat? Because this whole veneer technician thing is sending me. And I'm getting annoyed, and I'm starting to get pissed off. So let's chat about it. So before we get messy, okay, and start shading the girls, let's educate ourselves. So in the description box below, there will be several different links that I use in order to understand what veneers are, because I was under the impression that veneers and crowns were the same thing. I thought maybe that was a different way to say crowns, but no, throughout my research, I found out that those are two different things, and I'd like to talk about it. So first up, let's talk about what veneers are. So it says this: what are veneers? It says veneers are a covering that fit over the front surface of your teeth. Technicians use highly qualified dental materials like tooth-colored composites or porcelain to create them. Dental veneers are cosmetic in nature. They can conceal a wide range of aesthetic imperfections, including chips, cracks, gaps, tooth discoloration, and more. And so in this article, they actually had a really nice graphic. So basically, the one that says number 1, it's supposed to be a imperfect tooth. It looks like maybe it's a cracked tooth or a shortened tooth, and then it's showing how the veneer is supposed to be on the same level, like it's leveling out the person's mouth in order to like conceal that cosmetic imperfection that the person doesn't like. So it says, how do veneers work? It says veneers cover the front surface of your teeth to enhance your smile. They work to camouflage, again, cosmetic flaws. So again, like a chipped tooth, a broken tooth, dysthymia, which is another, like the medical term for gapped in smile or space in your smile. Staining, and then like if you were born like smaller, like a small tooth compared to everybody else, or a misshapen tooth. They went on in this article to emphasize this. It says it's important to note, okay, it's important to note that veneers are only an option if you are free of excessive cavities and gum disease. If you have serious oral health issues, you should address those first before exploring cosmetic treatment. Again, let's read that again. It says, it's important to note that veneers are only an option if you're free of excessive cavities and gum disease. If you have a serious oral health issues, you should address those first before exploring cosmetic treatment. So they then also explain the difference between veneers and crowns. So it says this: a porcelain veneer only covers the front surface of your teeth to enhance its appearance. A dental crown, on the other hand, covers the entire tooth surface to add strength and protection. Dental veneers are cosmetic treatments. In other words, they improve your smile, but they do not necessarily strengthen or repair your teeth. While dental crowns can also improve the appearance of your teeth, their main purpose is to restore your teeth that are badly damaged by decay or trauma. Now, I just want to marinate on that right quick, because when I was looking through the Instagram Veneer Tech videos and the TikTok Veneer Tech videos, it was a lot of people that you could clearly see that they had tooth decay, gum disease, and probably a host of issues. And again, it's saying that veneers are cosmetic. That's their nature. It's not actually like solving the underlying issue. It's like putting a Band-Aid over a gaping wound. Like you might stop a little bit of the blood, but you're not curing that person's ailment. And I've been seeing a lot of those girls and boys that are saying that they're veneer techs, being like, oh, I the person is so happy after they're getting their teeth done. Yes, but it's a temporary fix that is probably going to cause more issues down the line. As I fell deeper and deeper and deeper down the veneer techs rabbit hole, I started to wonder, are there different types of veneers? Because a lot of the doctors who were doing responses to these people's videos kept emphasizing that they were like, that's not a real thing. That's not what you're doing. You're doing this, which is this. And so I said, okay, let me figure out, are there different types of veneers? And actually there actually are 4 different types of veneers. So the first one is composite veneers. And pretty much those are supposed to last at least between 4 to 8 years. And this is what it says. It says, composite veneers can conceal mild cosmetic issues. Your dentist uses tooth-colored composite resin, the same material used for dental bonding, to achieve the desired result. So when I was Googling, I was like, okay, so what's the difference? Like, because I'm a visual person, I like to see like comparison, like graphics. But the one that always kept coming up was a composite versus a porcelain veneers. And I guess the difference to me is that your composite veneers, they mimic your teeth coloring. And the way to do it is a little bit different, I guess, pertaining to like when people do porcelain veneers. But it's like the composite veneers look like your teeth. It's not that bleach white color, which a lot of the celebrities and like pseudo celebrities get. So then porcelain veneers. So these are the veneers that these people keep saying that they're like specializing in, that the dentists and the medical students keep saying, no, you're not. That's not what you're doing. And that's not right. So porcelain veneers are the ones that I found are supposed to last the longest. Those are supposed to last at least 10 to 15 years. And it says porcelain veneers can address a number of aesthetic imperfections. These restorations are custom based to fit your or custom made to fit your dental anatomy. Before placement, your dentist must remove some of your enamel from your natural tooth. This roughens your teeth surface and it helps your new veneers stay in place. So if you look at like your teeth, the way it goes is your teeth can be broken down into like 3 parts. You have your crown, which is like, you know, what you can see. Then you have the neck of your tooth, and then you have the root. The root is pretty much the what sits inside that pocket in your gum. But then when you take a closer look at your teeth, like say you cut a tooth down in the middle, like, you know, down the middle, you'll see that it goes enamel, dentine, and then you have your pulp. And your pulp is where all your nerves and your blood supply is to your teeth. And so basically they have to, I guess, scrape off your enamel in order to put in your veneers. So a lot of the times when we see those people that look like they have like shark teeth and they're like, oh, I'm about to get my veneers, that is what they're doing. So then you have no prep veneers, or minimal prep veneers are less invasive options. Like traditional porcelain veneers, no prep veneers are custom made for your smile. However, they require less enamel removal than traditional veneers. And then the last one is removable veneers. So these are fairly new. And for the no prep veneers, they said those are supposed to last at least 5 to 7 years. And then back to the removable veneers, it seems like these are fairly new. So like they're estimating that they're supposed to last almost the same amount of time as the no prep veneers. So it says removable veneers, also known as pop-on veneers or snap-on veneers, cover your natural teeth to hide imperfections. Like retainers, you can take removable veneers out anytime. Removable veneers can enhance your smile, but they make it difficult for you to eat and sometimes can have a negative impact on your speech. And then they even stated there isn't a lot of research available on removable veneers because they've only been around for a few years. So they were like, consult your dentist if you think that's an option that you want to take. So there's different types of veneers, like the dentists have been saying, you know, and as I was doing this research or like looking at these different websites, it was like all the things that the dentists have been like screaming and the medical students, it's like, oh, okay, I'm starting to understand why they are like, that's not this. This is no, what you saying don't make sense. So it was just interesting. I was like, oh, that's why she said this, or oh, that's why he said this. So then I was like, okay, so how do they do veneers? And so they said they also had in this article procedures details. So it says, what happens before dental veneer placement? It says, during your initial appointment, your dentist will examine your teeth, gums to determine if you are eligible for veneers. Let's say that again. During your initial appointment, your dentist will examine your teeth and gums to determine if you are eligible for veneers. If you're a candidate, they'll prepare your teeth by removing small amounts of your enamel. Next, they'll take impressions of your teeth. A dental lab technician will use those impressions to make your cosmetic veneers. If you choose composite veneers, dental impressions are not needed. It can take at least a few weeks for dental labs to complete your veneers. If necessary, your dentist can place temporary veneers in. It goes on to say, once the technician finishes your veneers, the lab will ship them to your dentist's office. So again, your dentist has to be like, okay, you're a candidate for this. And it's not supposed to take a day for you to get your veneers. It's supposed to take a couple of weeks so they make sure that it aligns with your mouth, that they're not giving you an overbite or an underbite, and that you're able to speak properly. So they go on to say what happens during placement of your veneers. So it says, during the second office visit, your dentist will check the shape, color, and fit of your veneers, then temporarily bond them into place using dental cement. Finally, they'll check your bite and make sure of any necessary adjustments. So again, you're supposed to make sure that the person can talk properly and feed themselves by eating. It says, if you want to change something about your veneers, like the shape or the color, let your dentist know. They'll work with you, and the dental laboratory will ensure your results are satisfactory. It says there's no downtime following veneer placement. People will receive dental veneers and can return to normal activities the same day. You can also eat and drink immediately after your appointment, as long as the anesthesia has worn off. Because a lot of y'all doing this with I don't see anesthesia, okay? So there are different steps of how you're supposed to take care of your veneers. They said brushing and flossing regularly. They tell you to avoid whitening products because they can scratch or mess up your veneers. It says to make sure that your veneers last, you should also avoid biting directly into hard or crunchy food like apples, carrots, and tough meat. And then they're talking about cutting your food and making it small. So let's talk about the risks and the cost of veneers. So like I said, let's talk about the risks and the cost. And I think the crazy thing is, like, if you let it sink in that even if you go to somebody who went to school for 4 years, maybe 5 years or more than that if they specialize, because we do know dentistry is a part of medicine, but you could be an orthodontist, and I think there's several other types of like specialties in the dental field that there are still risks from getting veneers. One of them stating that like you can get it can cause extreme sensitivity to your teeth, like hot and cold issues. They can fall out. They can come in and they can become dislodged. You also have, which means falling out, or they're loose. They also talk about that many of the veneer types that people get are irreversible. Like you can't reverse them once you put them in. And then you're also scraping away the enamel that is natural to your teeth. So what also sucks is because veneers are seen as a cosmetic procedure, a lot of insurance companies don't cover it. On top of that, I said, okay, so how much are veneers? And then I was like, wow. Okay, wow. So veneers, and this is me looking up on different actual like dental sites of like people who have dental practices who had I had to compile what they said. So what I figured out is veneers are actually going to run you between $800 to $2,500 per tooth. Again, $800 to $2,500 per tooth. So it makes sense, even though it don't make sense, why we see people going to get these veneers and people are like, oh, it's only going to be $3,000 and I'll do your whole mouth. Versus if you actually go to somebody who is a doctor, like that is their profession. They went to 4 years of school. They're telling you for each tooth, it might be $800 or $1,000 or $1,500 or $900. I get why people are doing it, but then I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But that was a few of the educational part for you. So let's talk about the mess. Let's get to the mess. Like I said, let's talk about the mess. Let's talk about the mess. So I'm going to be talking about 3 things in this part. So the first one is going to be one account called PrincessKurtz. The second one is going to be another account called A-List Smiles Atlanta. And then the third one is going to be this story that's kind of going semi-viral right now about a lady getting her veneers done and having a very negative experience. So first, let's talk about PrincessKurtz. So while I was going down the rabbit hole and getting deeper down there, I kept seeing people do at PrincessKurtz. I saw this guy, promoting their business. You see them doing his veneers and things of that nature. And then I started to see dental students and doctors starting to add the handle PrincessKurtz. And when I tell you, wrapping her up, being like, this is illegal. You need to be in jail. Please stop what you're doing before you hurt somebody or before you kill somebody. This ain't what you want. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. So I was like, okay, let me hit the ad. So I clicked the ad. Girl, the page is private. She locked that account up real quick. So then I was like, I bet you it's not locked up on Instagram. So I went over to Instagram and it's not. So if you go on Instagram and type in the same name, PrincessKurtz, you can go through the page and in the bio, it pretty much says PrincessKurtz beauty and barbershop and boutique. And if you scroll through, it seems like right now they're gearing up for prom season, because a lot of the videos that I saw posted were prom dresses or evening gowns and things of that nature. But it kind of gives me on the lines of a rainbow mixed with a wet seal or a Forever 21 and a Charlotte Russe kind of thing. More so a wet seal and dots energy. And that's not a dig. That's not a dig. You can find some things in some nice in rainbows and the dots and a little wet seal. I don't even think wet seal in business anymore. But that's either here nor there. All right. So pretty much if you go you scroll through, you then start to see videos of her advertising her services, as well as the people that work with her advertising their services, where they're you can get your veneers done. We do full sets of veneers and teeth whitening. So to me, it seems like this whole doing veneers thing is a side hustle. It's not her main income or the people that work with her main income. So I was like, okay. But the thing that stood out to me the most is that while they're doing these veneers, it's not a sterile environment. That really, one of her videos, she's dancing in it. And I was like, that just looks like a massage envy to me. Y'all, they all have massage tables. Y'all don't have the right tables needed to do this type of stuff. Then the environment doesn't really look clean. And then there's, I said, I saw a guy get his done. So I looking at his pictures. There's boxes everywhere. There's cups everywhere. And they had good thing they got on gloves, but he has on chains and all this. I don't think a doctor would allow you to have on those as they're doing something like this. Especially if they have to take x-rays to make sure things are lined up or they're doing all this stuff. So I'm just whoa. So then I kept scrolling and I came across this video by a doctor that goes by the name on TikTok called Denty. And he seems like he is a doctor that resides in Michigan, but he's a dentist. So let me play that video for you guys.
So here we have a fascinating case done by 2 unlicensed dentists practicing in the United States of America. As you can see, rampant decay on their front teeth. These are the 2 individual unlicensed dentists practicing in the US of A without any issues. Not a single board of dentistry has gone after them, and they have not received any lawsuits practicing unlicensed dentistry. Amazing. And here we go, start to finish. Rampant decay was covered up with, you guessed it, composite veneers. They look fantastic, but it's rotting underneath. That patient is going to have major infection and problems. I don't get it.
You saw in his video, the Denty guy, like I said, he's a dentist in Michigan, where he's like, the veneers look great, but you putting veneers over decaying dead teeth. Like, you're not fixing the problem. And that's why I said I wanted to do the education part, because I think people are forgetting, like, yes, it looks pretty, but it's not fixing the problem. It's actually possibly more than likely making it worse, because if you look at that picture, it does not look like they scraped out that gook or cleaned it. They don't have those tools to do all of that. They're not trained to do any of this correctly, but they're doing it. So I'm just like, okay. But I wanted to find that main video of the princess cut girl and the lady standing beside her, but I couldn't find it, mainly because, like I said, her page was private. But then I stumbled across this account by this dental receptionist. I don't know if she's still a dental receptionist, but she has a playlist where she does skits about being a dental receptionist named Danny Banani. And now, I don't think it should be underscored that she's a receptionist, because I bet you she has picked up a lot of things. And even when she was explaining how they make veneers, she probably knows, you know, she walks around the clinic. So she found the main video and she stitched it. So I'm going to play that video for you guys.
PrincessKurtz. I am currently in Mississippi, Biloxi with Mrs. Soraya Perry. Yes, she just got her teeth done. Me and my crew are currently on tour and are running a special. We're doing 10 top teeth and 10 bottom teeth for $1,500. I might get some backlash from this one because she has a lot of followers, and none of the followers are asking in the comment section, are you a doctor? So here we go. I want to reiterate something that's really important, and that is that no doctor or dentist goes on tour. The most mobility that doctors or dentists have are doing things like a mobile clinic, which a lot of dentists open up, I don't know, like a big like RV type of thing, and they provide necessary services to underserved people or people who don't have insurance. So they provide extractions, fillings, and things like that. But that is like a clinic that is run by other doctors and the necessary legal staff. Doctors and dentists do not go on tour to provide $1,200 services for veneers. They just don't. A lot of people ask the question, why are real porcelain veneers so expensive? And the reason is because you are paying somebody who is a doctor to provide that service. And in addition to that, you're also paying for how the veneer is made. You do not just slap on a little porcelain overlay and hope it works. There's a process to it. And you can scan for a tooth a couple of ways to see how a veneer is going to fit. You can use like a 3D scanner, so it's essentially like a wand. You put it in your mouth and they go, whatever, and they scan the tooth and it will give you the dimensions of the tooth so that when you place the veneer, or crown, it depends on what you're getting, the bite will be correct and the margin, which is like the space between like the natural tooth and the veneer or crown or whatever, to be seated properly, because the bite also has to be functional. Or you can do a typical impression, which is like this material, you put it in like a tray, you bite down, you let it harden, and then they send the mold to your exact mouth to a lab that then creates the porcelain veneer or crown, whatever you're getting. Now, that being said, you have to pay for those services. You have to pay an external lab. Most dentist offices do not have an internal lab because they're very expensive. So you hire a lab outside of your practice and they do the work for you. But again, you have to pay for the imaging or the impression to be sent off to a lab to make sure that crown or veneer is fitting to your tooth perfectly. Because I don't think people realize that the way you bite down has to be functional. If your bite is off, it can cause severe pain, it can cause nerve pain, all the things. So again, this is not performed by anybody other than a dentist. It just isn't. I don't know how these people have been evading legal ramifications, but this is truly wild because everybody is in her comment section. Where are you going next? When can I get in? I want to go. Don't do this!
You hear what she's saying, and then you think about all the things that she's talking about, like how you have to, like, they have that 3D machine to make sure that, like, you know, to figure out how to make your veneers, or you do the molding to make your veneers. And it's like, there's a lot of work that goes into that. And then I loved how she explained, like, they have to make sure that your bite is correct so you can eat properly. And it's like, I don't think any of those people are doing it. I don't think they're checking to see if the bite is correct. I don't think they're doing a test. Like, people's mouths be uneven and they be like, oh, but it's cute now because they didn't have teeth before or their teeth was decaying. And again, you're just putting a blanket over a hole. You're not filling in the hole. You're not clearing it out. You're not even like, you're not doing nothing. Okay, you're not doing nothing. Like they say, you're putting makeup on a pig. You're not doing anything. So I do think it's important that she was like, well, especially when she explains like the whole margin thing, like you could severely deform somebody's mouth and then later on down the line, they no longer can eat or anything like that. And then they pass away. Why are we not thinking of that? Why are we not thinking of that? That is what's so frustrating about this whole situation, because I'm like, does nobody remember when people were dying from like basement ass shots? Like, I remember them doing like like CNN, like tell-all things. And I remember reading articles about like women, like a woman's butt like decaying. Or this one lady, I think she actually ended up going to jail. If I can find that article, I'll put it on the screen, because they linked her to like this lady passing away because the stuff that she put in her body went to her bloodstream and killed her. So I'm just kind of like, why are we doing this? Why? But let's move on to the next account. The next account we're talking about is called A-List Smiles Atlanta. And they kind of have a video on Twitter right now that's kind of going viral that somebody reposted from TikTok, where I'm going to play the video for you, but I can't play the audio because it has Sierra's video and music in the back. But it's like one of the main guys teaching, the two of the main guys teaching a veneer class. Like, it's like a promotional for people to go sign up to be Veneer Techs and spend $6,000 for training. And everybody on Twitter is of the same mindset. Like, girl, don't do this. Don't do this. And to me, this account is more insidious than the PrincessKurtz ones, because at least the PrincessKurtz gives that this ain't right, It's giving you doing backdoor type of stuff. Like, it's not, it don't look good. Whereas this is giving that it's professional, but it's like, it ain't right. And when I clicked on the link that they had in their bio, they have like, whoever's doing their marketing is doing a good job. You go on their pages, they got Rolly from Baddies up there. They have other like Z and like list like celebrities on there doing like their stuff. But like the marketing is good. Okay. It looks clean. It gives that this is like a genuine like place. And I even clicked and looked at their products. They have like toothbrushes that they sell. They sell whitening toothpaste. They also have like this veneer kit that's supposed to be like whitening and like teeth polish and all this other stuff. And they're selling all of this stuff, and it's like, it's giving the illusion that it's right. And I feel like that's more insidious, because somebody that's unsuspecting is like, okay, but this one's creditable, especially when you look at their marketing. So I'll play that video for you guys, where it's the guy that a lot of people are talking about now, and then the doctor that's helping run these veneer classes.
I'm Brandon from A-List Smiles Atlanta.
I'm Dr. Mauricio Soto from Colombia.
And together we're having a 2-day veneer class here in Atlanta.
I have more than 20 years of experience doing composite veneers, and we together can share with you all the secrets for doing the best composite veneers.
Together we've trained over 300 people on how to successfully do composite veneers. If you're interested in the composite veneer training, this is a class you wouldn't want to miss. In this 2-day class, we'll be teaching you everything you need to know about composite veneers. Not to mention,
remember that the class included a kit with everything you need to do composite veneers.
You guys, you heard right. Everything you need is here. But don't forget, like all good things, there's a little something to it. We only have limited availability. So secure your spot with a deposit today, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Click the link in the bio to enroll today.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
So they're giving this illusion that what they're doing is correct. And I think that's messed up, especially for the guy that's a doctor. I know I saw some people in the comments being like, oh, but he's Colombian. That doesn't matter. He stated that he has over 20 years of like practice of being a dentist, that he is doing this. And it's like, well, that makes you worse than everybody else because you went to school for this. And I bet you like going to dentistry over there is the same amount of years, 4 years to make sure what you're doing is correct. And you're teaching these people that what I gained in 20 years, you could do in 2 days. You're worse than everybody else to me, because you know the severity, because I know you took classes about infections, about like abscesses, about like, I know you have seen the most horrible pictures while being in dental school. And for you to think it's okay to do this is worse, because it's like, you really scamming, and you're giving this program validity, which is the worst thing about it, because you don't, like, when you look at that page, you don't know who is doing these people's veneers. It could be an actual doctor. It could be this man. We don't know. Or it could actually be a veneer tech, but they're like, it's crazy because they're giving you this like I said, the illusion that this is correct. They have the right equipment. They're saying they're giving you all of this stuff. They're doing all of this. And it's like, no, y'all playing in people's mouths. You giving Stacey Ann a two-day degree for something that you were in school for 4 years, that you could probably specialize in for a year. Don't make no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. And most of this information I got was from this page called Midwestern Fairy. And she's a dental student who's been documenting all of this crazy stuff that's going on. She also stated in one of her videos she wanted to create a documentary about veneers. She wanted to educate people about the pros and cons about it. And she was hoping that when people came across her page that they would, it would force them to be like, okay, maybe I should think about this before I do it. Now, one video, well, actually 2 videos that really got me was this one video where she talked about this man in Houston getting his veneers done, and they had bottle girls there. Like, I'm gonna play the video. I'm not gonna play the audio, but legit, this man got his veneers done. They actually look nice, but she said in the video, she was like, you can't, I've never seen anyone claim that they're the doctor that works at this establishment, that they do these veneers. She was like, Miss Netta and Charles about to get veneers from these people. And she was like, it's crazy because I don't know what's going, you don't know what's going on, but they got bottle girls walking in there, throwing up the money gun because you just got veneers. That would make me scared. I'd be like, where did you get your degree? Where did you get your degree, sir? But she was the one that put me on to this semi-viral story about this lady who got her veneers done and she actually regretted it. So she took to her Instagram and to TikTok to express her feelings about it. Like I said, the Midwestern Fairy put me on to this video that's going semi-viral. Now, I don't know how to say this person's handle. I think it's Spechellephase or Spechellephase. I don't know. My bad, ma'am. But she is the one who is documenting and talking about her experience. Now, I'm going to play the videos that the Midwestern Fairy got. They're sped up to 1.5, but the video that the lady actually did is 20 minutes long, and it's on her Instagram. She has a TikTok. I'll show you guys the TikTok, and I'll show you guys her Instagram. She's a makeup artist and a licensed esthetician that lives in Tampa, Florida. And so she been going off. All of her posts as since she did that first video about her experience has been about her getting her money back from the veneer tech that did her veneers. So I'm going to play the videos. It's 3 parts and I'll put on the video on there which one. But if you want more of the story from this lady, please go to her Instagram because it's a 20-minute long video.
Story about going to a veneer tech. It's a wonderful, excellent story. So I'm going to give her information. Y'all watch this video and go to her page and watch the full video. This is just a couple minutes of it.
I just want to let you know that a little bit of the glue, I don't know what kind of glue, because again, I'm not no veneer tech. I don't do teeth. That's why I came to you. If you come to me, it's going to be about makeup. But I don't know nothing about no teeth. I know how I want them to look. I know I want to look like no horse and all that. And I trusted you. I don't know if you were screenshotting pictures or what you was doing, but I trusted your word. I trusted you knowing your expertise. I thought this was something that you specialize in. So, Bet.
Telling people you specialize in veneers.
She set me up. She tell me, oh, I just want you to know that it might be some glue might get on the partial and I might not be able to take it out. So the partial, if you don't know, it's supposed to come in and out. So if you get implants, it's like a place for you to get an implant. They're not supposed to be staying in, which I didn't know that at that time. So I was like, okay, me trusting her again, okay, whatever. As long as you're able to shave them down, because at this point, I can't talk, I can't eat. I don't know what you want me to do, but as long as you're able to shave them down. She clearly went over the shave them down part. So she ain't doing her thing. I'm letting her do her thing because I'm thinking she's going to be able to adjust it before I leave. So mind you, dude called and tell her, she started saying she hungry. So I'm thinking I don't care how hungry you is, you got to finish this job before I leave here. So the dude tell her, he had Longhorn. She like, oh, I'm so hungry, I'm about to throw up. Mind you, I got my money. I'm about to throw up. I'm so hungry. I'm about to throw up. Ooh, if I do one more thing, I'm about to throw up. So now I'm thinking what is wrong with this lady? I need, you got my money. You got $3,500.
It's at night. Longhorn about to close.
You hungry, finna fake.
It's dark out.
So tell her, meet me at Longhorn. Meet me at Longhorn before they close. So she said, tell him, oh, I'm gonna meet you at Longhorn, but I got to hurry up with her. So now she rushed and do my teeth. So by this time it's 9:30. 9:30. My finger started hurting. My mouth is swollen. It's hurting. But I'm telling her, she takes a picture. I'm like, they look all right, but they still, at that time I couldn't talk. I said, they look all right, but I can't talk. She said, you gotta adjust to them. So I'm thinking, okay, she know what she doing. By 12 o'clock, not even 24 hours, 12 o'clock, Thursday morning, I'm crying in tears because my mouth is swollen. I can't talk. I had to call out of work Thursday. I call this lady. I tell her, listen, I got to call out work. I can't even talk. My mouth is swollen. These things got to come out my mouth. She tells me she got a doctor's appointment. She gonna try to see what she could do. But can I come to the shop? Maybe at 2 o'clock. At that point,
not to the office.
I'm like, okay, just meet me at the shop. So I go to the shop, sitting at the shop waiting for her because at this point, I haven't been able to sleep, eat, drink, nothing all night, taking pain medicine. I go to the shop. She tells me she don't have the tool to take these partials out my mouth.
Veneer Techs don't have.
So I am flipping out. She tells me she starts drilling them. She's drilling them, and I'm pulling. I'm aggressively pulling them. Mind you, I don't got no pain medication. You ain't numb me up. You don't got the proper tools to take them out of my mouth. I am crying. At one point, she tells me you might need to go to the emergency room because I think I might pull your real teeth out with trying to take them out your mouth. Yeah. At this point, I was upset. Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
Y'all can finish watching her.
These things hanging out my mouth. This lady telling me that I'm going to have to go to the emergency room. I already
had Facebook or Instagram. Here's some more of the story. I look for her on TikTok. I couldn't find her.
Tell her, let me try one more last time. If not, I'm not even talking because I'm using sign language because at this time, them things hanging out my mouth. So I tell her, I'm like, I'm over it. But it took her a whole hour. I'm telling her I'm over it. So I tell her, let me stand up and let me try. Because sometimes you can put pain on yourself better than somebody else. So I stand up in her office. She got like this little mirror in the sink. I stand up over there with her sink at, and I just yanked them out with all my strength. They did finally come out at the last minute. They came out. I mean, it was to the point where I thought I was going to faint. That's how much pain I was in. But if you ever done had your teeth pulled, and if you ain't had no numbing medicine, that's how it felt. So at that time when they come out, she's like, oh my God. Oh, I'm so glad you got them out. Oh, I'm so glad you got them out. At this point, I just want to get out of her office because I'm still in pain.
Her shop.
And I'm like, I'm in shock that I had to just go through this. Like, lady, I done gave you $3,500. Them teeth ain't even been in my mouth for 8 hours, and now I'm having to pull them out like that. So she tells me I'm gonna have to send these partials back and get them cut down, which you should have did in the get-go because I advised you of that before we even started. Oh, I'm gonna have to send them to somewhere to get them cut down. And then
I wonder where she was gonna send them.
Done. At that point, I just wanted to leave her office. I'm like, okay, whatever, I got to go. So when I leave her office, I text her. I put it on my story. Y'all should see it.
Go look at the text.
I say, listen, I appreciate your customer service for trying to come and accommodate the situation, but however, I just went down. Oh yeah, she said she had to find something. My sister on here, she was at the office while all this happened. So that's my witness. Like, she was sitting there looking like, oh my God, my sister is about to faint. At one point, my sister was like, so stop pulling your mouth because you're going to pull your teeth. Pull your teeth out.
My bad.
But I didn't care. At that point, I wanted my teeth out. I wanted them teeth out. I wanted to not be in pain. So I text her when I leave her office. When I leave her office, I text her and tell her, I said, listen, I appreciate you for trying to accommodate the situation. But unfortunately, what I just went through, I'm not going to be able to come back. I said I got abscess on the side of my mouth. I have to go to the emergency room to get antibiotics because I got 2 abscess in my mouth. I don't know if it was from your tools, if it was from the partial, if it was from you not shaving it down. I don't know. But I have to get antibiotics. I got abscess in my mouth. And unfortunately, I don't want you touching my mouth. This lady tells me over it.
For people that don't stop talking.
Your time and your products. I'm not even asking for all my money back.
Go to her page.
I rightfully should because I trusted you.
This the last clip.
If you could give me half my money back, we could call it the truth. Just give me half my money back. So she tells me, oh, I text her. That was at 4 o'clock. That was at 4 o'clock on Thursday. I text her. She didn't respond. I called her. I text her again this morning at 8. I said, you being a professional business person, you should at least responded to my text. You didn't respond, and you didn't say anything. I said, what can we do about a reimbursement? You almost took my teeth out. I have an infection. I have abscess in my mouth. I have an infection from you. What can we do about this? She said, oh, let me call you back. I'm going to let you know what I can do. Give me a few moments. I said, okay, back, cool. 12 o'clock today, she texted me and told me she ain't going to be able to give me my money back. She done offered several times for me to come back to her office and get them re-put in.
Her shop.
That's her solution. If I don't want that solution, it's nothing that she could do because I signed the consent. I said, yeah, I signed a consent form for you to do your job. I have an infection in my mouth. You could not drill those teeth out of my mouth. I had to pull them out without them being numb. And I got a text message of you telling me to go to the emergency room. So you did not provide the service that you were supposed to provide. And I'm not even asking for all my $3,500. I'm asking for half my money. Not to mention, I still got these 8 veneers at the bottom of my mouth. 8 of them. 8 of them that can't come out. My dentist probably don't even want to see me because it's going to be a liability issue. It's going to be a liability issue. So now I got to find somebody to take these out of my mouth and pay somebody to do the job correctly that you didn't do. You don't have a license, boo. Because you didn't even have the correct, you didn't even tell me that you didn't have the correct tools.
It's not her fault. Veneer Tech fault.
You could have got them shaved down.
Guys, if you would like to watch her full video in its entirety, go on her Instagram. I'm going to post it on the screen again. Now, when I went on her Instagram, because I'm nosy, I wanted to see what transpired beforehand because I was like, I don't like, cause she keeps saying this isn't out her character. This is not who she is. So I'm like, did she say anything before? And actually she did. So the first post she made, she said, worst experience ever. She said, please, in business, when you do wrong by your customers, it's your responsibility to make it right. This is truly out of character for me, but I'm about to tell it all. Just make it right. Then the next time she posted this. She said, so you think it's a game to take $3,500 and you didn't provide good service and refuse to reimburse me? You will be exposed. And then she posted like a video of like 12 different screenshots and then put the lady's picture at the end of it. And she added her in her caption. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know I be fumbling over my words over here. And it is what it is. But the way this is written is horrible. Now, so if I be fumbling, like I'm gonna be fumbling. So I just already, you don't need to tell me in the comments below. Because it's coming. It's coming. So she said this. She says, I never experienced this with dealing with anyone in business. I reached out to @theveneerfairy _ about 2 months ago to her to hire her for services that she provided, which was veneers. We did a consultation and she said it would be $3,500 for the services due to me needing a partial. I paid half the day, and on Wednesday I came to my appointment. She assured me that she could do the job requested. When I first tried on the partial, I advised her that they was too thick and needed to be shaved down several times. She stated that she didn't have the tools that she needed for that, but I should be able to adjust to it. I trusted her judgment, being that this was something that she was supposed to specialize in. While putting the partial in, she also explained that she would be doing veneers over the partial, which if the glue got it. Okay, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there before I get frustrated. So here's the thing. I think this lady also has to take a responsibility. If you put them in the first time and you didn't agree with the placement of them and she didn't have the tools to shave them down, then I feel like that should have been your first thing to be like, stop, let me reschedule when you get the tools to shave them down and then put them in my mouth. On top of that, the fact that she put a partial in and then put veneers over it is crazy, because a partial is not permanent. It's in the name. It's partial. Like, you're supposed to be it's partially of something. You want a full something. So that was just supposed to be a placement. Partials are put in to like hold a place, and then you take them out, and then you either put in the next tooth or a crown or whatever. So it's like there were red flags, and I guess she just was like, she said she trusted the lady's judgment, but it was to her detriment. So let's continue. Where was I? Okay. So she said, while putting in the partial, she also explained that she will be doing veneers over the partial, which if glue got into it, maybe not able to take it out. I advised her that was fine, but it still needed to be shaved down because I was not able to talk or hold my mouth correctly. She said again to me that I just needed to adjust to them. I was in all pain. I was in all pain night. Not even 8 hours later, I called her and advised her that I was in pain and they needed to be removed. She agreed to meet me at the shop. When I got there, she advised me she didn't have the proper tools to take them out. It took an hour of her drilling and me pulling them. At one point, she advised I may need to go to the emergency room because she and I were scared she was going to pull out my real teeth. While aggressively pulling them as a last resort, I told her to let me stand up and try to pull them out. I was able to finally yank them out of my mouth. Thankfully, they did not come out without pulling. Thankfully, I think she meant thankfully, they did come out without pulling out my real teeth, but I wasn't numbed or anything. Was worse than getting a tooth pulled at the time. She said that I come back to let her fix the partial and the veneers. I was in so much pain. I said, okay. At the time, I just wanted to leave the office. Within the last 30 minutes of leaving her office, I advised her that I advised her that I was not coming back due to what I've been through. On the top of that, I have two, I think she meant two, she got T-O, 2 W-O abscess on the side of my mouth where the partial was at, and if she could reimburse me half my money due to her time and products used, but I wasn't going to be able to. So I think she meant to say the girl said she couldn't reimburse her, or at least give her. No, she's saying she asked the girl to give her half her money because she still wanted her to be compensated for her time and the tools that she used. Girl, bye. So again, like I said, she put the girl's picture in there. Then she, like I said, she posted that lady's picture and everything. But then she also started posting, because I guess people found her video and started talking about their experience. She posted this one clip and it looks like someone doing a live that's not her. But the person said, there's a person by the name of Pretty Twin 1985 that said she did the same thing in Baltimore. She messed people's teeth up. So I guess the person that was in the live was also talking about their experience. And the lady who posted the picture was saying, girl, I got receipts. You was in Baltimore doing the same thing off of someone else live about you. Read the comments, straight facts. So then she posted this other this DM conversation that she had with somebody on Instagram. And in the comments she has, or the caption, it says, confirmation, just got a certificate, no license, I want my money back. So you see in their conversation, pretty much this person is letting the lady who's been through this experience is, I'm gonna call her Phrase because I don't know how to say the first part. I'm gonna call her Phrase, Miss Phrase, what happened. So she's like, the person that she's speaking to is like, oh, she's not a dentist. She don't got a certificate. I used to be in the same shop as her, and I questioned her about that. And she only, she said she learned on her own. So she's like, girl, what? Or boy, what? I don't know who she's speaking to because she never verified who she's talking to. So then she responded by saying, OMG, she got me. I want my damn money back. I have an infection in my mouth and refusing to give me my damn money. And then she responds by saying, I paid her $3,500. And then the person responds back by saying, she says she used to work in Clearwater at another office, but I didn't believe her because she called someone to ask them about learning how to do something. And, Miss Phrases responds back by saying, yeah, she effed me up. So, I mean, to me, she documenting, like, you compiling stuff for a case. That's just my thoughts. Like, all of this to me is for a case. So I went back to the post where she was saying what happened, and I clicked on the Veneer Fairy _. The page is gone. Like, you click on it, there's no page. So then I went back to Midwestern Tooth Fairy and clicked on her, clicked on the lady's videos on her page, and I was scrolling through the comments, and someone's like, girl, she changed her name. And I said, girl, what? So if you go on, so if you hit it, it's called, she changed her name to Fairy Godmother _. But the reason why you know it's still her page is because she still has the Veneer Fairy in all her, she has it, what's the word? Is it color marked? Watermarked on her page. So it's like you changed your name, but your watermark is still there. Like, one of her pinned photos is about her advertising quick deals for veneers. She has the Veneer Fairy Veneers quick deals, 12 sets, $1,500, 16 set, $2,000, 20 set, $2,200. So she didn't really change nothing. And she was like, no, and the thing about it is, this is how I knew this was this lady, is because Miss Phrases is an esthetician and a makeup artist that lives in Tampa. This lady also has Tampa, Florida in her bio. So they were in the same place at the same time. And I said, girl, this is a mess. And the lady is talking about she filed a complaint with her. She posted that she filed a complaint with her bank. I think she's still trying to get her money back. Again, girl, ma'am, I would just, I would sue. Like, I would take her down. Like, I'm just saying. Like, you could sue her for what happened, but also emotional distress. Because this is a lot. This is a lot. And she, like, I was just like, girl, this is a lot. Oh, and it also looks like she reported her. Because she said, I got time. What is report submitted? Thank you for following our protect. Oh, okay. I don't know who this is from, but it says reports submitted. Thank you for helping our work to protect customers. So I'm not sure if this is like with the Better Business Bureau. Maybe that's who it was. Maybe it's the Better Business. Yes, she filed it with the Better Business Bureau, not her bank, because I saw BB and all I thought was BB&T, but there's no T. And she filed a complaint. I said, girl, I would sue. Like, I'm filing that. I'm filing a lot. I'm getting a lawyer because you ain't gonna play in my mouth like that. You're not gonna play in my mouth like that. Video I'm gonna play is the video that prompted me to do this whole entire thing. I was on one of my favorite pages called The Cosmetic Lane on Twitter. It's a page that talks about plastic surgery and everything. They messy, but a good kind of messy. And I learned that there were several different types of BBLs. Never knew. Never, I was like, wow. But they do tell you like this person got this and this is this. And I enjoy that page. Well, they posted this video of a lady that I think she is either like she's from the UK. She's from over the pond. And her veneers are horrible. Like her teeth are slanted. They're slanted. Y'all. It's horrible. It's horrible. I'm going to play that video and then we're going to close on out.
And I think the worst thing is as well, right, I spoke to customer services and they said to me, that's how it's supposed to be. That's like the length of my teeth. This is not the length of my teeth. And don't tell me you'd let your daughter walk around looking like this. Huh? Are they that bad? Hang on, let me start again. Fresh eyes, let me start again. They're fucking awful. I think
they were leaning. They were slanted. Like the Titanic going down. And the caption that the Cosmetic Fairy put on top of that was, go ahead and visit the Veneer Tech. Just make sure to start a savings account for an actual dentist once things go wrong. And they not lying because they are going to go wrong. That woman probably can't even eat. And then when you think about it, like I said in the educational part, what if they can't take them out? Veneers are not reversible. Like some veneers are not reversible. Do y'all not think like they would have to like rip the teeth out of your mouth and then you will be like 23 with dentures, 34 with dentures? You're supposed to get dentures in like your 60s and well, not maybe your 70s, you know, like if you keep up with your teeth. And it's just like, I think what frustrates me about this whole entire trend is it's a cycle of exploitation. It's a cycle of people being taken advantage that seem to be very vulnerable, some not. And when I say some not, some people just stupid and want the easy way out, want to be cheap. And ultimately, you're going to harm yourself even more instead of taking the time to save. And I know people are self-conscious. I think that's why it pisses me off is I know teeth matter. I'm a teeth person, you know, and I know teeth matter. I know people are self-conscious about their teeth. I know it can hinder job opportunities. It can hinder you having a good social life. Like people don't want to smile. People don't want to talk. People are afraid that they're going to be judged. I remember watching a documentary where this girl was like, she had dental hygiene problems, but she was struggling to get a job because people assumed that she was a meth addict, and she wasn't. Like, she just didn't have money to like go to the dentist. So I understand the like need and want to do this, but ultimately it's going to screw you over in the long run, and it could be deadly. And I just hate how like people are getting taken advantage of. You seeing these people who have clearly like gingivitis, gum disease. Is gingivitis gum disease? Gingivitis, gum disease, necrotic teeth. Like, it's bad. And y'all are just putting a blanket over a hole, a Band-Aid on a wound, probably more than likely making it worse. And that's not right. But then I think about the people who are the veneer techs, and it's like, I understand people want financial freedom. I understand people want to be able to enjoy their lives, buy what they want to buy, go on vacations, build a better life if they have kids, for their kids or for themselves. But it's like, this is scamming. Like, you scamming, and that's not noble. That's not this should not be a side hustle. Like, you're really performing medical surgery on people that could ultimately kill them. And y'all are like, it's not that big of a deal. I seen comments and I'm like, it is. Like, again, I compare it to when people are getting butt injections. Like, I got it. It's like self-esteem and vanity mixed into one. And, society has these rules about what it means to be beautiful, who is treated. Like, we know people get treated better when they're pretty. When they're a certain skin color, when they're thin, like, we know this. So I understand the push and the pull for people to do this, but it's just like, y'all really screwing these people over. And then it's hard for me sometimes because I'm like, y'all don't, like, the people that are going, I'm like, you don't feel stupid for doing this? Like, you are spending $3,000 to get a full set of veneers on a job that should possibly cost you $20,000 or $30,000. Like, you don't think that's going to be bad? Like, you playing with your health. That's all it is. You playing with your health. And like people keep saying this, it just feels so exploitative. And it's just like, y'all, and it's just frustrating because it's like, I understand. It's like, I understand why, but I wish people wouldn't do this to themselves. But I guess if you take anything away from this, please do your research before you do anything. I said this a while ago, and I'm going to say it again. A lot of people are too comfortable looking stupid on the internet, asking questions they could easily Google. It only took me like a good, maybe 30 minutes to an hour to put in veneers and then to find reputable websites that were explaining what they are, how they affect people. Like, research anything before you put it on, but you should research any medical procedure. Hell, anything out there. I even Google things I already know just to make sure I don't sound crazy. Okay. But I guess my only thing, don't play with your health, bro. Don't play with your health. Like, yes, you deserve to feel beautiful. Yes, you deserve to have a beautiful smile, but do it the right way. Because I promise you, in the long run, at least you be here. I mean, you at least you won't be dead. You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.